Okay, let's try this again. Right, recording has started. Hey, right. Okay, this is probably not for the want of more trying. It's very trying. Hopefully this is going to be just a short introduction video into eurotrucks. Normally I'm doing PS4 games. Today I'm on a PC game purely because you can't get this on PS4, so I've shifted over to the to a PC to show off and showcase this game or simulation. With on the road, you're very restricted in many ways. With eurotrucks, not so much. It's basically open. The world is your own. It's free running. You tend to go a lot further. You have more mods, as you can have a look around and see all the bits and pieces in my truck that I've got, so which is quite nice. If I show you the map, this is the map, and you can see it's a fair size. I don't quite know why it's done. No, I want to go the other way. Right, so that's the size of the map. The base game is basically all the UK and this first part of Europe up to here. The grey areas you see here are new DLCs I've recently put down from CD keys. 1/3 the price that it would have paid if I bought it through Steam, which I was really chuffed about. Actually, ETS itself only cost me £4 in a sale, and now it's back to its normal price, unfortunately. But it's 14 quid, so it's still not bad. But I got it because I wanted to try something out. I'd been on ETS before, but I didn't have a steering wheel at the time. I was using a handheld D-pad, and it didn't get on very well. So because I've got the steering wheel now, I thought, well, I'll have another go. So that's what I did. And yes, hello, you get to see me at last. Good excuse to use the camera. I dug it out of somewhere. I can't remember. I dug it out from the old days, but it's an HD high performance one, so it should be okay. Does what it does. It took me a while to get my headphones to work with the system, and like I say, it's coming together. So I thought I'd do a quick one, just a brief look at what happens in eurotrucks. See if it's something that people would like. I mean, if you play on the road, you're going to love this. to be honest, you're going to love this because this is far outshines it. Graphics wise, even the play of it is just totally different. The things that happen in here, you obviously go on ferries. You go across on a ferry, you go through the Channel Tunnel as you come across Calais, up obviously the top end here as well. You get to go across here as well. As I'm going up to Uppsala in Sweden, I've got to actually catch a ferry that we're not too far away from, so if I might make it to there before I bring the video to a quick an end. I'm trying to make it not too long so people get bored, but it's enough that it gives you a teaser that what we're going to do in the future. I'm going to do a few of these runs. You start off basically hired. You're borrowing basically a truck. You're borrowing a trailer basically, and then you start off that way. Then you go and buy your own, which I've done. I bought two, but I had to part exchange one. You can take loans, which I have done twice, and I've now upgraded my garage so I can have a second driver. That's my next step. My next goal is to get myself an employee that will do the driving as well, so that we both make money. There's a lot of customization you can do within your truck as well. You can add bits in. I don't know if I come out of there. I don't think maybe you see it, but I've got nameplates in the front. The little hanger here, that's another thing added in. I'm going to add some more bits and bobs in as I go. There's a radio system in it, and you can add your own music in on this as well. So if you've got your favourite albums you drive to, throw them in here. It's lovely. Sat nav, you've got your sat nav. It's on the wrong setting here for some reason. We'll get back to there we go, to a sat nav. You can obviously look around with your mouse and steering wheel you drive, and pedals just as you would do. So we'll go for a little drive, see how we get on. There are things that can happen. We'll talk as I drive along, so let's get started. Okay, my dear, let's go. She gets a bit keen. At the moment, I'm actually carrying soy milk, so should be fun. Sometimes I let you out, sometimes I don't. So obviously got someone broken down up here. What I have done, put quite a few mods in. Basically, I've got in for the truck liveries, so you've got original, proper, legit companies, fuel stations, proper mods for those. So you've got BP, Shell, and the like. So my window is open at the minute, so I might close that. Cut some of that noise out because it gets a bit noisy. Are we on? Yeah, we are. You've got cruise control, so when you get to the speed you want to be travelling at, you can just cut it off. I'll just knock it off. Okay, I won't fart around with that because we're coming off in a minute. So, but then, I mean, I was doing these at low speed at one stage where I didn't have the steering wheel set up properly. It's going to be about my 4th attempt at recording today. I thought, well, I'm playing it. What the hell? Let's go for it and try it. You can actually turn the sat nav off and use the sat nav that's actually on the truck. You can turn all that HUD stuff off, but I tend to leave it on for just a little while. So I've got 685 miles to travel in 17 hours. It's not done in real time. It's the time is scaled. So and it's actually getting dark, 8:24. So we're going to be in the dark soon. And you travel out and all overnight. If you put fatigue mode on, you have to pull over after every 7 or 9 hours and rest up, and then you're back on the truck. But in the early stages, I'd turn it off so you can earn some money, because you do get penalised if you're late in deliveries, because all your deliveries are timed. So you have to be there on a certain time. Because I've been trying to record and get the recording sorted out, I've been stopping at every station, every lay-by and that, so it's probably cost me my time. You can now also nip back to the map, have a look where you are. You get detours on it as well, where could be a major accident on the motorway, and then all of a sudden you get rerouted. Plenty of that goes on. Let's just got to sit back a bit, and lots of that going on. Get lorries on fire. You also get checked at toll booths and stuff like that. I've been checked several times for my load, and you go onto the weighing scales and that, and they make sure you're all legit. So all in all, pretty much all round game, really. I mean, I love the game, to be quite honest. It's probably one of the best games I've played. You also have breakdown service. That's another thing you have, because you do get natural garages. You unlock recruitment agencies for your drivers. You unlock cities, places you've never been. You get skill levels, so you up your skill levels. I think what I'll do a more in-depth video later and go through all of that to show you exactly what goes on in the game, and you can see all those other bits. But really, I'm just trying to do like a little quick preview, and It's to test it all out, make sure I'm happy with the results, and then while I try to fix my other capture software, I'll continue using this for a bit. It's not as good, and I'm not really sure what the quality is going to be like once I've recorded, so that should be interesting. It's a fun game. I do love it. On the road, as I said, you're really restricted on just dealing with Germany. I've got 9 employees on that, but it's just not as realistic for me. And I had a hint that this one was a good one, and I'd looked at loads of reviews, previews, and yeah, I was pleased with what I see and thought, well, let's go for it. Many hours can be lost on the trucks. I did download Train Sim World 2 for PC, so I should be doing a few more days. All I've got at the moment is the base game, and I picked that up for £2.49. So, bargain really. So I'm not going to complain at that. I will do some of those, but I can do those on the other unit as well with all my new logos and stuff. So that seems to work okay with my other capture software. Just seems to be this game for some reason. The game's been around since 2012 was when it originally came out, and they've made massive improvements over the years. So I'm just going by other YouTube reviews I've seen. It's thoroughly enjoyable, absolutely. Especially if you like truck games, trucking, that kind of stuff. You're really tested in some places. You can do multiplayer, you can do convoys, you can take wide loads with escorts, with van escorts in front and behind. So it just grows and grows as you go along. You can download DLCs for taking out yachts and things like that, and large wheels and tyres and stuff. But it's good. I would suggest strongly that if you're going to do a mod, do one for your lights, because the truck lights are terrible, and you will be running into the sides eventually. I think I changed mine from halogen to LED, and or xenon. Can't remember now. I think it's LED or something. But yeah, these are looking good. It takes a while to get used to, even with a steering wheel. I sort of like getting the hang of it, and still have nightmares. I've managed to put my truck on its side one occasion. Had to be towed back and stuff like that. See, the speed limit's 50. I'm sitting at 51, and my limiter's not moaning, so that's good. So it's giving me a 10% gap. One would hope. You can park up for the night in some of these places. There's some that are just in the middle of nowhere. It's not all motorway driving. You do go onto rural roads and into the city to drop your cargo off. So I think this is such a long distance one. It will keep me fixed to the main motorways, autobahns I should say, and motorways. My first truck would struggle up hills. This one has no problems. I've really improved on the trucks. I really saved up and got a top of the range Volvo. So pleased with that. You can do your own paintwork on it as well, your own liveries. You can add bits and pieces to the truck, internal. Someone's actually got a passenger in theirs, but it's a dog. And I'm still looking for that mod. There's thousands of them. I get my mods through Steam. It's all set up in Steam for you. So it's dead easy. You just download it from the Steam workshop and then add it in, which is perfect. So we're sort of heading towards Rostock at the moment. And like I said, you can always push the M and that'll tell you roughly where you are. Especially if you feel like you're running out of fuel and you've missed a station, you can just go on there and plan a reroute to get you to the fuel. So everything's possible in this game. It's not going to be for everybody. But like I said, on the roads, so I don't recommend it to anybody. I would just, but it was just there because I wanted to try some truck simulation, and at the time, it's what I had, and I had tried on the ETS on my laptop, but my laptop just wasn't man enough to do the job. So I thought, right, okay, we'll give it a go and let's get it onto a gaming PC, and that's what we've done. I'm hearing a lot of background noise, road noise, so I'm hoping my mic's loud enough. I mean, it is a test and a trial, so we'll see how it does. If this one fails, I won't bother for the rest of the day. It's taken up most of my day trying to get the recordings right. Weather conditions, it's rainy, foggy, those kind of things for the weather. And you can actually set the frequency of that. I've just left mine on the standard, and it rains enough. There are toll booths you'll go through, tunnels, things like that. Just yeah, it's actually set to how it should be, so which is good. And then you've got these lovely sharp corners, so I always tend to slow down for these a little bit, especially in the dark. And then we'll just gauge our way around. So yeah, you get the traffic lights, you get many things actually. So you do get cars even jump these red lights sometimes. You do have to be a little bit careful. I've seen it. I've done it. There we go. So now we're on a smaller road. Oh, right, the dual carriageway. Never mind. Give me a bit more turning space. You can set your keys up, your steering wheel, however best it suits you. You can remap them. So I had to remap mine, so I'll still forget. So yeah. So at the moment we are, we're heading to the ferry port. Never been to this one, so this should be fun. Now I've got to figure out where I'm going. So it looks like further on. Aha. I see the marker. So we're going to get ourselves to the ferry. I guess it's going to be a ferry. And then basically, which one? Can't remember which one it was going to go to. So let's go for the Rostock. It's cheaper. So basically now we're going to head over to Rostock. I think I may have no, we're good. So I was a bit worried there. I think the other one takes you further up to here somewhere, but it's 5 hours, but yeah, you want to drive it. So that's okay. You do have to double check sometimes. What you can do, you can have a look for, so there's plenty of fuel stations on the way, so that's good. And there's other routes you can take if you wanted to, but we'll stick to the main route. Lots of places to unlock, so just going to give us a few more minutes just so you can see the rest of this. So let's get that back to where it should be. So you come off the ferry. Yeah, wrong one. So these are just vehicle adjustments you can make. You can adjust things. So these are on your F5. So let's see if I can get that to how I want it. There we go. So probably one more. No, it must have been the one. That one. Okay, right. Okay, here we go. Now we've got to figure out where we're going. I'm guessing down here. Right over here, I guess. And we can pass through here. And then we can start moving on to our destination, which is still good 485 miles away. There are also roundabouts and things like that, so things have changed now that we're in this part of the world, I do believe. As you can see, we've got a fuel station up and a sleeping area up ahead. You also get up-to-date prices on your fuel as well, although it is slightly cheaper than what it is now. And we're driving on a nice rural single road. You do have to be careful on these roads though. And these are places you can get cargo from. You can reset your position as well, so which is a nice little thing to do. Very narrow, some of these, so you have to be a little bit careful. You can do 50 through here, but I don't really want to damage the... Oh, well, at least they let us out eventually. So for the purpose of this video, I think what I'm going to do is I'll find a nice place to stop, next service station, and leave it as a short intro to ETS, and then I'll try and sort out some capture time and do a more in-depth recording. As you can see, we're going to now another landmark. Nice suspension bridge by the looks of it. In the daytime, this is going to look absolutely gorgeous. So, I mean, it could be another 10 minutes before I come over a next rest stop, or it could be quite soon. But looking at the map, going from memory, from earlier, there seemed to be quite a few fuel stations around, so we'll see. So, just sit back, enjoy the ride for a bit. Yeah, if you've got any questions, just leave a question in the comments section and I'll get back to you on it. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. If I don't, I'll tell you again. So, but yeah, I'd say I'm pretty blooded on this now and sort of there now with it. One big tip, stay off the rumble strips. They knacker your tyres really quickly. You can do a diagnosis in the main splash screen. On a more in-depth one, we can I can show you how to put your music into your radio system. Here we go. So hopefully there's room at the inn. Oh, loads by the looks of it. Okay, so we're going to park up here. You can turn your engine off, your lights will go off. So, thank you for participating. I hope you've not been too scared by this face. And until the next time, I shall say stay safe, travel well, see you soon.